And it's day 28. We've made it 4 weeks, and there are about 3 weeks left. So we are well past the halfway point. And I did earn my first coffee, and yesterday I did get in all four. So I have been luckily very consistent, getting in at least four every day, with one day where I did five. And Um, so I would say, and I got to be honest. I mean, there have been a few days where I just wasn't in the mood. I just wasn't at all. And and if I'm being completely honest, I probably would have talked myself out of it if I weren't doing these videos. So you guys have been holding me accountable, whether you know it or not. On the weeks, every 7 days, I've been checking weight. I've been actually checking every day, but I think I mentioned before that that's probably not the best way for everybody because it depends upon your anxiety levels and things like that. Because it'll generally fluctuate, and you may not even be able to tell why it fluctuated, and it could be all kinds of things. And so some people, if they're checking every day, they get anxious if they go up a day, and they want to quit or whatever. And you have to know you. I mean, you have to decide what's best for you. But I do think you need to check. I think you need to keep a record of it and watch it. I think that you may not see it day to day. There's sometimes you may not see it, a week apart, but over time you'll see the progression. And so, kind of getting to that, I did a weigh in today, and I have an old scale. I don't have a digital scale. I have an analog scale. And so it's a little bit hard to know exactly. I do pretty much always do my weigh in when I'm getting in the shower. So I'm, buck naked. And so I don't have to worry about the clothes being a factor or any of that stuff. It's just me. You could be, there's that doesn't eliminate everything. You could be dehydrated, you could be retaining water, I mean, there are other things that would still impact it, but you don't have to worry about clothes or any of those things, which, you want for consistency's sake to measure it. It's best if you do it kind of the same way every time. So, but on my scale, um, I'm below 205. It's hard to say exactly where I was. I think it's safe to say I was at 203. Um, but I'm gonna ask for a little leeway, a pound or two on either on either side. But it looks like I think I'm at 203 now. Just kind of, so from last week, I have to go back and see what it was last week. It was 218 the first week. It was 210 the second week. And I believe it was may have been 208 the third week. If so, that's more than I thought this week. I'll go back and look, but I was thinking it was about 2 pounds this week, but maybe it was a little more than that. That's I'm happy with that. I don't know exactly where we're going to end up. We have 3 more weeks. Let's say if I'm even able to get 1 more pound a week, if I'm right at 203, that would have me right at 200 or maybe 200, which that's pretty good. That's a pretty good weight loss over 7 weeks. So I'm happy with that. The diet is going pretty well. I got a kit. I shouldn't have gotten a kit, but I did. I got a roast kit, and it had a bunch of vegetables, but most of the vegetables were potatoes, which I can't eat potatoes. I cooked them anyway. I put the potatoes in there, and I cooked them in there anyway, but I'm not going to eat the potatoes. But I wish it had been more carrots and onions and less potatoes. But I am, it's sort of funny. I didn't think that I would be doing this where for a meal I just eat meat, and I don't do that every meal, but it's also not uncommon where I'll just, I don't really have any anything in the fridge to cook, like broccoli or anything along those lines, green beans, any vegetables whatsoever. And so I just, heat up the meat and eat the meat, which is kind of a carnivore diet. I'm not doing that all the time, but I'm doing it more than I thought I would. So that's going okay. So I in terms of those things, those are going pretty well. Today, I thought I'd talk a little bit about sodas. Um, Diet Coke, Diet Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, any of those, soft drinks. And honestly, I quit drinking sodas. I don't know when, a year or two ago. And it's not that I never drink them, but it's rare. It's usually like if I'm traveling and I'm, trying to make sure that, lots of times if I'm traveling, it's unclear if the water and stuff is good. So I might drink a canned soda or something. Or if I'm at a cocktail party and since I don't really drink alcohol anymore, I might drink a diet soda instead. But for the main part, I don't drink them anymore. And I would say that that was unexpectedly had more benefits to me than I expected it to be. I had heard from friends that they had been experiencing, they're going to call it like a brain fog when they drank too many sodas. And I didn't think that I was experiencing that, but I think I've changed my opinion on that because I do feel like since I've given up sodas that my thinking is much more focused and clear, and that wouldn't be the only factor. There are other things going on too, but I would say that the sodas are a big part of that. Now, I think that pretty much everybody at this point agrees that the sugary sodas, the regular Coke, the regular Pepsi, the regular Mountain Dew, all of those things, they are just so much sugar. And one of the things is like if you are trying to lose weight or if you are trying to cut back or any of those things, a lot of people don't count their drinks and they don't really realize how many calories they're taking in just through liquid. And they feel invisible. They feel, you're just drinking them and you don't really feel like you're getting any calories at all, but they are packed with it. And sort of the same thing with a lot of the coffee drinks that people get now, the lattes and things like that. I do drink lattes, but I drink just a plain latte with no added syrups or anything else. But even a plain latte, it has more calories than you might think because of the milk in it. And the milk, which I'm not anti-milk. That's one of the things I like about lattes. But the milk does have lactose in it, which is a sugar. So, but going back to the sodas, I think that that's one of the things that people get stuck on is they don't realize that. And because they're have so much sugar, they're very addictive. And, you are really getting a ton of sugar if you drink a bunch of sodas. So, the logical thing is, well, I'll just only drink diet sodas. And I would say that a diet soda is probably better for you than a regular soda. However, I'm not so sure. The sweeteners that are in these diet sodas, I don't know that any of them are really safe for us. And, that's one of the things that, I've mentioned the guy, Dr. Daniel Amen, who is amazing. He's the brain doctor. He is really great. You should watch him on his socials and you should read his books. He's fantastic. But he says that there are no safe sugar. There are no safe sweeteners. The only one that he says seems to be safe is stevia. And all the others are not. And now there's this new research that I just saw the other day that indicates that even with the diet sodas, that the the sweeteners in the diet sodas create a change in your brain chemistry that cause you to increase your appetite. So while you may be saving on calories and sugar with the soda, it's increasing your appetite so that you want to eat more. And so it's kind of counterproductive. But sodas, sodas in general are just not a good idea. They're not good for you. And I have gotten where I pretty much just drink water and coffee, and that's really basically it. Give that a little bit of thought. The next time you're picking up a soda, maybe you should get some water instead, or maybe you should get some coffee instead. And I'm just not sure that it's good for us, and it can definitely derail any efforts we're having to get more fit, to be more focused, or to lose weight. So, all right, I'm going to get off my soapbox here and stop preaching. but we'll distill this video down to its 5-second things. Sodas are probably bad for you. All right, my friends, if you enjoy this, or if you have a friend you think might enjoy it, maybe you can share it with them, and maybe even give me a like. And if you enjoy these challenges, you might even subscribe. The last challenge, 50 Days of Trash, that was a pretty good one. People seem to like that one. You might go back and check this out. We're going to finish this up in 3 weeks and 1 day. We'll be through our 50-day fitness challenge. And then we will start a new challenge, yet to be determined. I have some ideas about that, but I haven't decided on the final one. So that's it, my friends. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.